welcome back to Cinematic Venom and happy Valentine's Day. I hope all of you couples are enjoying wine and champagne and chocolates and flowers, and I hope all of you single people are enjoying bitching about those couples saying that they shouldn't enjoy their relationship and celebrate it just one day out of the year, but you'll happily celebrate your mother or father one day out of the year on Mother's and Father's Day. Back to this crap. Well, a year ago we took a look at the supposed romantic vampire drama that rocked the world, Twilight. A very stalker-like relationship with no redeemable qualities masquerading as love that turned vampires into complete pussies and ripped off Buffy and Angel to the goddamn word. But it helped 14-year-old girls hit puberty quicker, so you may as well keep going and adapt the second novel as well. The studio really didn't waste much time working on the sequel, literally confirming it a day after the first one premiered, but Catherine Hardwicke, who directed part 1, was actually booted off of the project, and Chris White from The Golden Compass and American Pie was brought in to maybe make it better? Chris did say that he didn't want to disappoint fans of the series, and he wanted to make a beautiful film that stands alongside a beautiful book. I hope his car blows up.
Brings me happiness.
However, despite wanting to blow the fans loads, the director actually nearly recast Taylor Lautner completely, since the character of Jacob was supposed to have physically changed between films. However, Lautner heard of this and started bodybuilding heavily to gain around 30 pounds of muscle to keep the part. But no matter how much I bitch, New Moon actually crushed records. Most theatres actually sold out of tickets 2 months before it was even released, becoming the biggest midnight opening in North America history with $26.3 million, beating Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince by a full $4 million. The movie even became the 9th highest grossing opening weekend in history, but got mixed thoughts from critics, most of which echoed the negativity for the first film's lame romance, while others thought that it had massively improved. Well, let's see this for myself. This is New Moon. So the film opens with Bella, again played by Kristen I Have So Much Personality Stewart, running away from the screenplay.
Edward, don't. She'll see you.
Edward, act. I can't do it. So some old bird shows up, and it turns out that it's just a nightmare of hers, worried about her future with Edward, again played by Robert Pattinson. But she's just worried about her aging and him remaining young forever. You know, I kind of recall someone else doing this, but it slips my mind right now. I just can't put my finger on it. We'll leave it for now, but I'm sure it'll come to me later.
You gotta stop talking about that.
So Bella begins the new year of school to reunite with all other characters from the first movie that I really don't remember anything about.
I think 18 is a little young to start worrying about that.
It's 1 year older than you.
No, it isn't. I'm 109.
Wow. Maybe I shouldn't be dating such an old man. It's gross.
Pointing it out doesn't automatically make it okay. Also, emote!
Oh yeah.
Then Jacob, again played by Lautner, shows up after being completely pointless in the first film, but he's not really off to the best start.
Hello, biceps.
You know, anabolic steroids are really bad for you.
Well, I'm just filling out, Bella. You know, it wouldn't seem so drastic if we hung out more.
I can't tell who's creepier between him and Edward.
You should really come take a ride when it's done.
He even proceeds to hit on her right in front of her boyfriend. And when they hug, he gives them such a smug look. This is messed up, man.
So how come Jacob Black gets to give you a gift and I don't?
Because I have nothing to give back to you.
It's your birthday. Why would you give him something?
Bella, you give me everything just by breathing.
Ha! Gay! But oh well, maybe something interesting will happen in class.
Look at Romeo. He killed his true love out of sheer stupidity.
Juliet killed herself. I mean, I think he's saying that it was Romeo's fault. He's blaming him. But no. No. Juliet killed herself. Her own stupidity. This makes no sense. Read a book!
So it doesn't count.
So Edward is smart in class and then teaches Bella about more of this series' bollocks vampire lore.
Vampires have laws?
Yeah, they don't bloody sparkle!
Victoria. She'll come for me one day. Alice will see when she decides, and we'll be ready.
I could protect you.
If you teach me to have a goddamn emotion. But oh well, Bella continues to beg to be turned into a vampire so that she can be dead like an acting talent. But oh well, his family throws her a birthday party where she accidentally cuts herself, leading to some boring unnamed curly-haired guy. He does have a name, but honestly, I can't remember any of the other characters other than Bella, Edward, Jacob and Charlie, so it's not important.
Why?
But the curly-haired fella lunges at her, leading to Edward launching her flying and making her injuries far worse. I'm sure there was a much safer solution to that, Ed, but thanks for fucking up my arm, you prick. But to be fair, we do get Edward's reasoning for not wanting to turn her. He sees vampires as monsters and he hates what he is, and he just can't bear to see her becoming one. It actually makes sense, and it's a genuinely decent story arc.
What a happy surprise.
But it doesn't change her mind as she continues to beg. Well, the movie sucks, so it's only fair she should too.
It's still my birthday. Can I ask one thing?
How do you act? And then they have the world's most awkward kiss. Yeah, apparently he's holding back, which is why it's awkward because he's so strong. But he never did this before. Like the first movie, they made out fine. He just stopped before going too far. So why is the strength a problem now? I mean, does he have to hold back every time he opens a door in case he rips it off its hinges?
It's not true.
So basically, locals are beginning to notice that the Cullens aren't aging, so they have to move away.
When you say we,
I mean my family and myself.
No! Who's gonna stalk me now? The thing is, this should be really emotional, but it's not. The first film gave us no reason for us to care about their relationship. Why do they even love each other? She loves him because he's hot, apparently.
How?
And he loves her because he can't read her mind.
You can't get into my mind.
How did she? Why not?
It's like the mirror. The thoughts are there, but they create no reflection in you.
That's it, so this separation just has little effect.
You just don't belong in my world, Bella.
But earlier you said,
Bella, you give me everything just by breathing.
you're a complicated fellow. Remember when I pointed out how the first movie ripped off a scene of Buffy and Angel nearly word for word? Well, this does it again!
I don't want you to come.
I want my life to be with you.
I don't.
you don't want me.
You don't want to be with me?
It's the same scene! Oh, and...
I'm leaving. If we survive, I'll go.
Where?
I don't know.
Is there an ounce of originality in these? Oh no, I'm really upset and angry. Rawr. So a random topless bloke brings Bella home, and of course Jacob the perv is watching from the distance. Oh well, Bella then mopes around for months wondering how the hell she got this job to begin with, even emailing Edward's sister Alice, but they always fail to send. For some reason. She starts to distance herself from others sitting alone at school and begins having nightmares. Admittedly, this is actually a really relatable sequence, so I imagine this part did hit close to home for a lot of people. Most of us have been here before. The only problem is, Bella has no personality, so it almost means nothing. What do we know about her? She's hot and she's klutzy.
What the hell's wrong with you?
So her dad threatens to send her away to live with her mum. This is literally never mentioned again and is completely pointless. Anyway, she goes to see a movie with a mate before spotting some badass bikers and gets a vision of Ghost Edward, and this is actually never explained. It's never confirmed whether she's just gone nuts and is imagining all of this, or if Edward actually has these abilities somehow. Because Bella realizes that she only sees him whenever she's in danger or has an adrenaline high. But she's imagining it. So surely she can imagine him whenever she wants. I mean, in the book, it is in her head. It's just audio voices in her head. And in the movie, they changed it so it was visual. But it's not explained in the movie. It's like they just needed an excuse to keep Robert Pattinson in the film.
You don't like it?
So Ghost Edward warns her. No, surprisingly, the real Edward was actually creepier. But she approaches the bikers because she clearly wants to be raped before going for a ride.
You're insane, actually. Or suicidal. That homeboy could have been a psycho. I was about to end up in an FBI interview room like some lame TV show.
That was such a rush.
I nearly had an emotion. But that's enough of that. Time to go and see Jacob. She brings him a scrap motorbike to try and get it fixed.
Jake, you're like buff. How did that happen? You're like 16. I don't get it.
Ha! Jacob is 16. No! No, not boy. He looks nothing like 6. He is nowhere near 16 years old. Jesus Christ. He was 17. How? What does he have for breakfast? Steroids?
You know, anabolic steroids are really bad for you.
But just when you start to quite like and support Jacob, rooting for him to win over the girl...
So the bike building story's true.
Oh, yeah, I taught him everything he knows.
What about the part where you're his girlfriend?
We're friends. I don't know.
Ooh, burn!
Who goes around telling people that someone is his girlfriend when she's not? This guy's getting a tad creepy. But the sad thing is, they've already had more character development together in their relationship than Edward and Bella!
If you told me you couldn't fix these bikes, I would say that that's really too bad, but that we're just gonna have to find something else to do.
See? It's actually developing quite nicely. Where was this before? Anyway, they find some cliff divers who I don't care about. The bike gets fixed, Bella ignores Ghost Edward, and a blatantly obvious stunt double crashes, and the only solution is for Jacob to take his shirt off. Because of course! Again, he was 17 in real life when this came out, and the legal age of consent in America is 18. So women everywhere were going nuts over a topless minor. I'm just saying, y'all are sick.
I'm not.
But amazingly, unnamed checkered shirt guy asks her out next. What is so special about Bella? Why does everyone want her? I mean, she's hot, but Anna Kendrick is way hotter. Where's her invites?
I was just wondering if you wanted to go see a movie with me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I do.
Just emote, you bitch! Show some emotion! Show a different face! You're an actor! Act like one! But anyway, the dude asks her to a movie, but she cock-blocks him and invites everyone.
You know, are you even old enough to see this movie?
He looks way older than you, dude.
Please.
What a marshmallow.
Big Bad Jacob just called someone a marshmallow. I know this film's in the UK, it's rated 12, so you can't really say too many bad words, but jerk, sissy, wimp, marshmallow. And he says it so confidently as well. Whoa, don't mess with Jakey.
What a marshmallow.
But this is when Jacob finally starts to lose me.
You should hold out for someone with a stronger stomach. Someone who laughs at the gore that makes weaker men vomit.
Dude, stop.
What, I can't hold your hand?
Please stop.
You like me, right? And you think I'm sort of beautiful?
Okay. This is just...
I'm not gonna give up.
Okay, what the hell? I want to root for this guy, I really do. But he's so creepy. It's like if they hung out and gained feelings and then just ended up getting together and breaking out of the friend zone, then that would be great, you know, like a good story would do. But instead, he's just saying creepy things and he's not taking no for an answer.
I know what he did to you. Bella, I would never, ever do that.
And add manipulation and guilt tripping to the list. What the hell is wrong with this guy? In fact, wait a minute. Why doesn't Bella like him? I mean, he's hot, he stalks her, he manipulates her, and later on he talks to her like crap. He's the exact type of guy she loves. It makes no sense for her to not be interested in him. In fact, think about this for a second. The movie deliberately goes out of its way to put Jacob in the friend zone. This isn't just hinted at. They do it all. He acts nice, he's trying to be a good guy, he falls too fast, he gets carried away, he's way too forward, gets rejected, gets told that he's just a friend. The movie is going out of its way to show women that they should reject the nice guy and go with the douchebag who left her. That's this movie's fucking message to young girls. Fuck this film.
What is your problem? Right now, you're my problem.
You're a marshmallow.
You want me to put you in the hospital?
Jake, the movie's over. What are you doing?
If the movie was still playing, you could beat him up, but not now. The movie's over.
You're really hot.
Okay, that was funny. But oh well, have more of underage Jacob topless in the rain having shaved his head. So he basically dumps her now and tells her to go away, revealing that he knows the Cullens are vampires and he's pissed that she knew the entire time and lied to him. You're a werewolf.
I promised I wouldn't hurt you, Bella. And this is me keeping that promise. Go home. And don't come back. Or you're gonna get hurt.
You just said you wouldn't. Oh, who cares? Have a flashback to the terrifyingly creepy field staring. And then, hey, Lil Wayne is back. Basically, he wants to kill her for revenge of Edward killing James.
Why James crying? Cause he just got dumped down. I ain't even lying. Yo, he just got dumped down.
Victoria won't be happy about my killing you. But I can't help myself. You are so mouth-watering.
Please don't.
Please don't! Please don't! You're about to be slaughtered and you're like, please don't. What the hell is wrong with you? Fuck it, have awful CGI wolves show up and chase them away before Jacob arrives at her house topless again for some reason.
Have you ever had a secret you couldn't tell anyone?
I'm fucking the director behind Rob's back.
Oh, maybe we should just get out of here for a while. Or just leave. Just you and me.
You'd do that?
I would do it for you.
I won't fuck you though. So Bella and Jacob agree to run away together, just as friends. Yeah, it's weird. She visits his house the next day, and oh my god, he's sleeping in a shirt! But he just walks around in the rain without one for some reason. Anyway, she confronts the other tribe members for a terrible CGI wolf fight. Well, they changed in broad daylight, so they're not werewolves. They're shapeshifters. Stop calling them werewolves. This series sucks. The vampires aren't vampires and the werewolves aren't werewolves.
You're not the first monsters I've met.
Jake's right. You're good with weird.
Put a fucking shirt on! Oh yeah, they all just walk around topless. And we clearly see Jacob's clothes getting shredded when he transforms, but that includes their shorts or trousers, so how come they could just put trousers or shorts back on, but not a goddamn shirt?
These are trade secrets.
But surprisingly, Jacob does get a hold of a shirt and finally reveals the truth to Bella.
So you're a werewolf?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Well, can't you find a way to just stop?
This script made millions.
The only thing we do kill. Vampires.
So why did one clearly just go to attack Bella moments ago? Oh well, they killed Lil Wayne earlier, lovely.
Jacob's gone. He's hunting Victoria. And Charlie's hunting Jacob.
Why does Bella refer to her own father as his first name? Just weird. Meanwhile, Victoria, because we all totally remember her from the last film, flops around in the forest and Charlie somehow doesn't hear or spot her. But I must admit, the music is actually pretty good. Before she's chased by the wolves. Even though earlier they clearly said,
Oh, we're faster.
It's never actually specified whether, you know, like extra speed is one of her powers or anything, so how the hell is she faster than them? It makes no sense.
Not anymore.
So Bella heads to the cliff from earlier, ignores Ghosthead again, and decides to jump off for extra adrenaline, but Victoria shows up and things do not look good for our heroine. Okay, that didn't happen. Jacob saves her. But my question is, what the hell happened to Victoria? She was right there! How did she get there in time?
I'll get you something dry and drive you home.
I couldn't be bothered to kill a bitch.
I'll tell you all the time how special you are.
You two gonna kiss it all this week?
Thank you for everything.
Oh, man, that hurts. But uh-oh, he does believe that he can smell a vampire, even though he couldn't smell Victoria just moments ago when she was watching them. But she believes the Cullens are back and bumps back into Alice, who had a vision of her cliff dive and believed that she committed suicide. So why did she come back? What? Is it to check that she's okay for Edward's sake? Because that doesn't make sense, because she shows up, breaks into her home, and then it's like, oh my god, Bella, how are you alive? As if there was no possible alternative. So, this makes no sense. Oh, Bella committed suicide, let's go back there. Just to make sure? What? Oh, and she didn't see Bella getting rescued, and the explanation given later is...
I can't see past you and your pack of mutts.
Don't.
That's it. They don't even explain why she can't see past the wolves, which makes no sense, especially when later...
So you're still alive for now?
Thinks it's me keeping you away.
You stay the hell out of my head.
So how come her powers can't make it past werewolves, but Edward's can? Did a child write these screenplays?
It's Jacob.
Jacob who?
Jacob's kind of a werewolf.
No, he's not.
Bella, werewolves are not good company to keep.
Says the vampire.
Don't get me upset.
Oh.
Things are gonna get very ugly.
Oh, marshmallow. So he again nearly locks lips with Bella, but even the telephone doesn't want him to get laid, and it's Edward. Yeah, I forgot he was in the movie too. He asks for Charlie, for some reason, but Jacob misleads him before hanging up, so Edward now believes Bella is dead, because he's a dick. So basically, one of Charlie's friends died, Edward rings up, asks for Charlie, Jacob says he's arranging a funeral, Edward naturally believes it's for Bella. Technically, Jacob would have no way of knowing that there would be a misunderstanding. He'd have no way of knowing that Edward would think that. But it's still douchey to pick up someone else's phone, answer it like that, not tell her, and hang up. I want to support him, I really do.
Why didn't you let me speak to him?
She didn't ask for you.
I don't
Bella,
care!
Bella, he's going to the Volturi. He wants to die too.
He left you, Bella. He didn't want you anymore, remember?
Jesus Christ, you douchebag! She's had her heart broken and you're like, he never wanted you. You're worthless. Come here and suck my dick. Come back, Edward. All this forget. I feel bad for calling Edward creepy now. Jacob started out creepy as shit. And then you know what? He actually became quite likeable and I want to root for him. He's the friend and he gets, ignored. But then he was almost winning her over. And then he does this. He's just a complete prick who flips out whenever his cock won't get wet. But to be fair, Robert Pattinson's acting is actually incredible here. And he plans to reveal himself to the humans to die. Wouldn't you just see a guy sparkling and be like, oh, look, he's got something on his skin. Not vampire. So Bella rushes to his rescue, but surely there are easier ways to kill yourself, right? Oh wait, they have to rip off Buffy some more! Yeah, that scene they stole, it's literally Angel, depressed about not being able to be with Buffy, so he heads outside and patiently waits for the sun to rise to kill himself.
You don't have the strength to kill yourself.
I don't need strength. I just need the sun to rise.
It's the exact same thing! But anyway, Bella manages to make the save just in time and he now wants her again. I may make jokes about how he goes back and forth, but his motivation does make sense. He's a vampire in love with a human, so naturally he wants her more than anything, but knows that it won't go well in the future, so he's conflicted. I don't think the movies adapt on this as well as they could have, but it does actually make an interesting character arc here. If it wasn't already done before!
Wow.
So the vampire douches try out all of their powers on Bella, but they don't work because... I don't know, it's never explained. She has no personality or emotion, so maybe she just has no brain to control either.
You would give up your life for someone like us, a vampire.
He's not a vampire. So Alice offers to change Bella to save her life.
Thank you for your visit.
You will return the favor. I would advise that you follow through on your promise soon. We do not offer second chances.
Just stop talking and end! But then Bella wakes up. I'm not even gonna lie, a part of me thought that these films were so bad that most of what we just saw was all a goddamn dream. But don't worry, Edward is right back to his plagiarizing.
I needed you to have a chance at a normal, happy life.
You deserve more, a normal life. But that's all the more reason why you should have a real relationship instead of this.
It's the exact same fucking same!
Leaving you was the hardest thing I've done in 100 years.
You're 109. What the hell happened when you were 9, dude? But uh-oh, Charlie interrupts, but it's a good thing that Edward could somehow teleport now.
Do not ever do that to me again. Ever. And you're grounded for the rest of your life.
Okay, that was funny.
Once Alice changes me, you can't get rid of me.
Well, he can. So they all take a vote to change her, but Edward still isn't happy about this. I guess he wants to see her grow old and die and then he's alone forever, I don't know. So they all meet up in the most obvious green screen studio in the entire world. What, they couldn't afford to film in a real forest? But Edward thanks him for protecting her while he was gone, which does make Ed at least a lot more likeable. But Jacob argues about turning her and declares war if it happens because he's an asshole.
Don't make me choose. Because it'll be him. It's always been him.
Huh? But I've been so nice to you! So they have a small fight before Bella breaks it up and then Edward continues to say she can't turn into a vampire. How many times do we need this same conversation?
Just give me 5 years.
That's too long.
Like this movie. And the film ends with them agreeing about her being turned, but only after they get married.
Marry me, Bella.
And that was New Moon. Was it any better? Kind of? The story is at least a bit more structured. There's genuine development with Bella and Jacob despite how he turns out later on, and the Edward stuff is kind of interesting, but there's still a lot of plot holes in the vampire werewolf bullshit lore, and it's unnecessarily long with extra boring and bland characters we don't need. It's just another poor addition to a pretty shitty franchise.